before you buy that prop account, hear me out. Maybe you should trade real money first. Now, prop trading is huge. I talk about it all the time. I've been prop trading for a year and a half now, but I've been trading my own funds much before that. And my personal account, despite the content I put out, is still my primary account. It's the account that I care about most, right? I use prop companies for injections of capital into my primary account. I'm gonna call that out. I say it on the Discord, but I wanna say it to you all here who maybe aren't in the Discord, that prop firms are great leverage tools. They're amazing leverage tools, right? The accessibility that they give to new traders is awesome, especially you, the new trader. You want to approach this, you don't have a ton of money, and you need a way to unlock leverage because you can't meet the margin requirements in a personal account. The personal account margins for one contract of ES, which is an index that I trade, is $12,500 per contract. For NQ, it's over $18,000. Okay, so if you want to trade 5 or 10 NQ, let's just say 10. If you want to do 10 NQ, you would need $180,000 over that in your account, because as the price goes down, your margin requirements change. As they go up, they change as well, right? They change in real time. But you can go and get an account right now for like $50. That'll give you access to 10 NQ. You go down the links below, open an account with My Funded Futures, Apex, Purdia. You're gonna have access to that insane leverage. So why is that so crazy? Why is that a thing that they allow people to do? Well, it's their business model. People sign up, a lot of people fail, they make money, right? There are different firms who do different profit splits and things like that. And ultimately for us, it's a tool that we have to use wisely, right? It's a tool in our tool belt. But I want to offer, right, this nugget, this possibility in your mind that you don't have to start with a prop firm. And I say that as someone who, I traded all my prop accounts today. I traded my real account today, right? The long, I just did a video. I took a long off the lows, and I'll kind of show you that, kind of why I think it's useful to have your own account here in a second. 5 NQ in my personal, way deleveraged in all my other accounts, way smaller. Okay, 5 NQ. The reason I say that is because there's no trailing, there's no end of day trailing, there's no settlement baloney. It's just real money. It's just my money. So news days, overnight, all of that you can do in your own account. I think the most important reason, and I want you to really maybe even replay what I'm about to say here, is that prop money can make you gamble, and real money is going to make you feel like a winner. So let's say it's your average Tuesday. It's not today. It's your average Tuesday. You go and you make $230 in an Apex account. You can't do anything with that. You can't, right? The minimum withdrawal on Apex is $500 per account. You have to have 10 minimum trading days. So you've done work, you've made money, but you can't do anything with it. So you haven't actually made that money. That's where prop firms get you, right? They can get you bad because you have to work and 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 then get a withdrawal, and you can't blow it up. You got to worry about the 30% rule. But if that was your own account, start with $1,000, you make a couple $100, you make your $200 to $300, you could withdraw that immediately. You can make $200 every day and just ACH transfer that to your own bank account every single day. And for most people that I know, $200 is a meaningful amount of money. That's food for the entire week. If you're doing that every single day, I mean, that's food on the table, money in your pocket. Like, that's real meaningful money, guys. I want you to really think about holding that money in your hand, right? That's the value of trading a personal account. Don't get fooled by anything that you see online, by people, infinitely growing their accounts. You don't have to infinitely grow your account. Money is for spending. I know, literally about to start a series for long-term investing, and so definitely tune in for that. I'll look for that soon. But even with long-term investing, the point that you save is to spend later. Money is supposed to be spent. And I say this just in the sense that prop firms can make you feel like you have to chase this big payout when really you could start with your own account in Ninja, Trade-Evate, wherever, some firm, Amp Futures, that gives you really good leverage, intraday leverage, like $500 per contract. And if you could just save up, get those $500, get the $1,000, trade micros, like 3 MNQ, you can make a couple $100. You could trade these news days with the micros. Maybe even have, I've seen people make over $1,000 a day with 3 MNQ. It's entirely possible. It's not even outlandish. Like, that's entirely possible. It's by being patient and waiting for the big setups. And you can do that. And if you make that $1,000 in your own account, that's your money. There's no payout. There's no 30% thing. There's nothing. There's taxes. You got to pay taxes anyway, either way. But guess what? Taxes is a metal. The only people paying taxes are people who make money. If you're getting money back from the government, one, that means you overpaid. And you're in a different set of problems. Okay, so if you owe the government money, it's because you made money. That's a good problem to have. That's a problem I want you all to have. Join me in having that problem. It sucks. And it's something I'm really passionate about and important to, especially as, I feel personally kind of responsible here. We talk a lot about prop firms, and they're great. I'm not saying this like, oh, no, don't do it, because I trade prop firms every single day, right? And I'm not going to stop. They're an amazing tool. You should check out My Fun and Futures. I'm their official YouTuber, right? I think they're a great account. They have journaling built in, which is important to actually being a real trader. Okay, so my camera died mid there, talking point there, but that's okay. We're going to jump into the chart, and I'm going to show you what you could have made with 3 M&Q in your own personal account today. Very easy trade based off of higher time frame technical analysis. This is a setup. If you look at a few videos ago, there was another long we could have taken off of the exact same kind of trend line, this demand area where we know that buyers are sitting. Okay, so tune in, get your notebook out. If you haven't done higher time frame TA, this is going to be very, very useful for you. Let me go ahead and record my screen and let's jump into it. So first and foremost, this is a chart. This is a chart that I shared in my Discord with these areas. There's 4 targets, 2 top side targets, 2 bottom side targets. On the bottom side targets, we're looking for longs, right, out of this demand area. How do I know that this is a demand area? Well, let's go to the 4-hour and we'll just get rid of the things that we have here. There's nothing here. It's blank. How do I know that this is something that I can take a trade out of? So I'm looking here. I have the volume profile on the right, and I go, I noticed that there was a bottom wick here. And we'll go back in time, okay, because right now it's cheating. All right, let's go back to yesterday, okay? So it's yesterday. I'm like, man, what are they going to do on CPI? I have no idea. And I posted this at 8 p.m. yesterday. So you can go to my Discord. You can look when I posted the chart. But my initial chart here, I'm looking, and I noticed that there is a bottom here. See it. There is another one here. There is another one here. There is another one here. And there's another one here. So I have to ask myself, because I'm trying to predict the future as traders, we're speculating on price action. I'm trying to predict the future. Where do I think this is likely to go? What do I think it's going to do? Well, if we come down to this line again, this area, we're probably going to bounce. So why did I draw a box? Well, let me get rid of all these areas and I'll show you why. The reason I drew a box is because you can see that we sliced through right here, right? So I wanted to create a range basically. So I'll go to my tool selection up here and I want to get the rectangle tool, which is not there. It's actually over here. You know, I'll get the rectangle tool and I want to draw for all of the prices that we have dipped into right here. So that's layer 1 of analysis. Just look at the structure. That's just pure structure analysis. We bought, we bought, we bought, we bought, we bought, right? A lot of buying there. Look on the right side of the screen. Look at the volume profile. We can see that there's a shelf here in the auction, which is no coincidence, right? There's a shelf here because every time we come here, we buy. We know that we tend to dip out of these shelves. So there's a low volume node there for anybody who's not familiar. There's a low volume node there. If you're not familiar with the volume profile, this shows us volume at prices. So there's a lot of volume at this price, for example. Copy this. There's a lot of volume at this price. Not a lot of volume at those prices. Why do we bounce there? Well, the market's an auction. Imagine you're looking for someone to buy something for you. And there's a lot of people over at the price of 18,272 that you can interact with. That's cool. It's really easy to interact at the price of 18,272 because there's a ton of people there. But then you go to the price of 18,040 and there's not that many people there to interact with. So you're not going to stay there that long. You're going to have to go back to where the people are. I said buying, it doesn't really matter. But the volume profile is literally shows you where people have participated. And where they have participated, they will participate. They are, right? The market has agreed that that's a good place to interact. That is a way to think about it. There's a lot more to it. I have a whole video on the volume profile. You can check it out. Go to my channel, search for volume profile. There's a whole breakdown. Okay. Simple auction theory for you. Cool. So we get down here. There's a low volume node there, low value node, whatever you want to call it in the volume profile. And same on the other side. Top side, you can see that we're at the top of the market really, but there's also a shelf there. There's nobody past here. So if we get past here, you have to ask yourself, who am I going to interact with? Okay, ignore buying or selling. Who am I going to interact with at this price? There's nobody here. There's a few people here, but there's very little people here. So we're in pure price discovery, right? All of this is future telling, fortune telling. And you can see before that I had listed that we need to actually look at the option chain. Looking at the option chain is one way that we can come up with these higher prices. So my targets would be, again, we can draw a trend line, okay, on the top side, try and see where we're going to get to. So there's a top trend line there. We have this bottom side target down here, okay, bottom target, okay, that was target 1. And then I had target 2 down here and these other targets. So we came into this bottom target, get rid of all of this. Well, actually, before that, we'll take a look at ES as well. So ES also presented a pretty clean opportunity. So let's get out of bar replay. And actually, let's go ahead and, what the heck? That was a crazy thing that just happened there. It's going back through my history. All right, well, let's edit that out. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a look at ES. We won't rewind that, but let's go ahead and look at ES. And making videos is hard, guys. There's a lot of stuff that goes on back here and for the end products. It's crazy. Anyways, so we'll go bar replay again. We'll go to the 4 hour. You can see that I already have an arrow drawn here. That's fine. And same thing, right? So I drew a trend line. I'll actually do the bar replay again just so it's super clear. So this goes back before today. You have to ask yourself where you're going to go. So you draw a trend line, try to figure out what happens, and look what happens. Data comes, we hit the top trend line, and this is where we're at now. So the market's still open, by the way. It's the middle of the day. I'm filming this video. We still could touch these lows here. So that's what we're looking for. Both sides. You could add the volume profile. Again, visible range volume profile. And lo and behold, we started wicking around in this LVN right here, this low volume node. It's never a coincidence, right? The market is going to behave and bounce and jitter around where there is nobody or where there's everybody every single time. You can also see that there is, in fact, previous demand zone here a little bit, but there's a really big LVN and then this big level below us, which you can see I've marked at 51.68. Cool. So let's go back to our 2-chart setup. And how do we play this in our personal? Okay. So we get to today's session, go to replay. Let's go to the 5-minute. And we want to go back to before this time. So we get to the replay. I already have this red zone marked. I know as soon as we hit the zone, I'm buying because this entire zone is a buy zone. Say it again, entire zone is a buy zone. So I need to adjust my risk based off this zone because my expected value on this trade, by the way, is all of this, 400 points. So as soon as we hit that, so it doesn't really matter what happens up here. I could have taken that short based off of what I saw in ES. ES touched that top trend line perfectly. But you'll notice that within just a few candles, we touch this. I go long 3 MNQ. A long 3 MNQ. How much money am I going to make? We're not even going to capitalize that I. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it short like that. 1 MNQ is worth 1 MNQ is equal to $2. Not a lot of money, right? So 3 is equal to $6. Okay. So if I go long 3 MNQ, how much money can I make? I mean, it just doesn't seem like a lot. So we bounce, double dip into it. We come up. And that's a pretty big move here. Let me actually measure what that is. Holy crap, it's 138 points. Let's let this play all the way out. We come up, we do a bunch of other stuff. All right, it doesn't really matter from there. So let's just assume I went for this first touch of this node. From here up into this node is 125 points. So let's do some math. What is 125 times 6? Okay, we'll open our handy dandy calculator. 125 times 6. $750. $750 you just made on a trade based off of the 4-hour chart. Did all this TA on the higher time frames, by the way. Ask yourself today, and I know the answer is no for a lot of people. Did you make more than $750 on CPI? Some people did because they high leveraged, but they didn't even capture this move. A lot of people made a ton of money by going 10 NQ right here, or they did 10 NQ right here, right? They didn't actually capture a good trade. And because they didn't capture a good trade, or they're not good traders, they're going to lose it all as well, by the way. But you capture this move, $750 just on that first impulse, and you're done for the day. Now, there's more setups and things that we can look, right? We can look for, I'm kind of looking for a retest of the lows here before FOMC at 2 p.m. Doesn't really matter, okay? But that is why trading your personal is so useful. $750. Imagine I'm handing it to you right now in your hand. I give you $750. That you can do whatever you want with. You can pay your car. You can buy your kids whatever the heck your kids want. Okay, I don't have any kids. I don't know what kids want, right? You can pay off your mortgage, pay off half your mortgage. Maybe you have an expensive house. Maybe you have debt. Maybe you have student loan debt. If you're a millennial like I am, maybe you still have some of that debt lingering because our parent generation told us to max out student loans. Whatever it is, I just want to remind everyone in this video, this was something that was really on my heart this morning, about not thinking about just the massive amounts of money. 200, 150, 600, 700, every dollar amount below 1,000, all a good amount of money to make, guys. You don't need to go from 0 to 4 million. There's so many things in your life that hundreds of dollars can help with and achieve. Something else that you could do with your day trading money is just invest it. I know we all focus on buying Lambos and things like that, but maybe you just want a separate source of income for long-term investing. And so you want to take your $250, your $500, and put that into your long-term account after paying taxes, of course. And that's separate from, your regular maybe W-2 income stream. There's a ton of possibilities there and ideas and ways that you can leverage it, right? Long-term investing is great because now you're leveraging your time. Time is going to pass regardless, right? So whether you invest or not, 40 years will pass. I know everyone thinks that's a long amount of time and you can't wait. Well, no matter if you want to wait or not, you will. You will. The time will pass. So you can leverage it, by investing. Ton of things you can do there. So yeah, open a personal account. Even if you're a prop trader, what I do is I use my personal account as a leader account. You can cross order. So I've been doing this for a very long time. You can say, for example, have a 1 MNQ in your prop account, trade 5 MNQ in your personal, or vice versa. There's a ton of flexibility there. What you can also do, which I also sometimes do, is I unlink them and I trade higher time frame strategies on my personal, and I just link trade all my prop accounts because prop firms have the different rules and things associated with them, which is fine. Prop firms are for leverage. They are leverage, and leverage is one of the best things that you can get in life. Levers are an amazing tool, even in the real world. They allow us to move things that we can't move with our own strength. That's literally what leverage is, right? It allows you to unlock a lot with a little. So prop firms are an amazing tool. I just want to encourage you to remember the bigger picture, remember the goal. Do not forget the value of money, especially if you've just only traded sim money. If the first account you opened was a prop account and you haven't actually gotten the opportunity to feel what it feels like to make 300 real dollars, go do it. Please sprint, do it. I'm telling you, losing 300 real dollars, because you will. Go do it. Please go do it. It's so important to experience real wins and losses, because that is going to put you closer to being a real trader, which is your goal. You can't trade prop firms forever. I'm sure you can, but if you want to get into things like swing trading and options, and if you ever want to do 6-figure trades, you can't do that in a prop account, but you can do it in your own account. In any case, I hope you found this video useful. Please join us in my Discord, Trade Edge. Click the link down below. We are a trading community where we show people how to trade. My goal is to help you wherever you are, right? So if you're a newbie, you just started trading yesterday, maybe you haven't started trading yesterday, you want to start trading tomorrow. You've been trading for a while, you have some ideas, you're lost, you want some accountability, you want some help, and you're open-minded, please join. We're open-minded folks, but we do have a system that works. So all that we ask is that you be a good student. Nothing's guaranteed in the markets, but I can promise that we will add a little bit of stability to your trading approach at a minimum. Subscribe, like this, comment below, and I don't know, call your parents, tell you love them. See ya.